Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and enter everything into our calculators and actually perform the chi-squared test. So the way we access the matrix menu is we go second x inverse. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit. So I just scrolled left and now I hit enter. And this matrix is 2 by 3. In fact, this is exactly the matrix we want to use here on my screen right now. The way I know it's 2 by 3 is I've got 2 rows, one for novice, one for experienced. And then I've got 3 columns, one for uphill, one for downhill, and one for remain in place. The next thing I need to do is enter in all my observed counts, not the expected counts. Again, in this case, this is already done for us, but maybe I'll just show you how, just in case you're a little bit worried about it. So I would type in 2 by 3 to get that process started. So 2, enter, 3, enter. And now I get down to entering the actual data. So I just type in 20, enter, 50, enter, and so on and so forth. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. So the next thing that's important to do is to quit out of this screen and go back to the home screen. So second mode gets me out of here. And now the next thing we're going to do is actually tell the calculator to perform the test. And in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Stat, scroll over to Test, and I'm going to actually use the up arrow here because chi-squared is way on the bottom of this list of tests. So there's my chi-squared test. You probably have a chi-squared GOF option here. You want to make sure that you're not selecting that and that you are getting the regular old chi-squared test. We're going to hit enter. And this is exactly what we want. We want the observed to be the ones we typed in A. It's going to give us the expected in matrix B. And we're going to go ahead and let the calculator do its thing now by selecting calculate and hitting enter. And every number here on your screen, you should definitely make sure that you are recording on your paper when you are doing the exam. So you need to tell the grader, hey, this is what the chi-squared value is. This is what the p-value is. This is what the degrees of freedom are. You should show, as I showed you in the slideshow previously, you should show 2 parts of the chi-squared statistic, and you should show how you got the degrees of freedom. So in this case, remember degrees of freedom are number of rows minus 1 times number of columns minus 1. So here that would be 2 minus 1 times 3 minus 1. So 2 degrees of freedom. And with that, I don't really need to show you anything else on the calculator here, so I'm going to stop this part of the presentation here.